What's cracking, everybody? XehrFelrose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle League content. Today's video, we got some battles submitted to the channel earlier in the season for the Great League with a triple shadow team. We're trying to summon Jamie Finn back from the depths of not wanting to play this game because it's so broken. But anyway, we got Shadow Whiscash on the lead, the mud boy that used to be the top of the meta, Alolan Sandslash, one of the best core breakers in the game, and Alolan Ninetales. Honestly, a very unsuspecting pick, as a lot of people have kind of written it off at this point in the game, but Clodsire can't stop it with Powder Snow. Let's get straight into the battles. Thank you, Professor Broke, for sending in the battles. Let's see how this team cooks in the Great League. We're gonna have Jumpluff in this first game here. Terrible lead, honestly, one of the most polarizing, but the opponent staying in here because they don't know what to do. Now, going for Psyshock here, I think you definitely want to be going for Weather Ball, as both are super effective, but the Weather Ball is going to be more efficient, and man, you got to shield this. You can't even take the chance. If it's a Sludge Bomb, not even great, but going for the double Weather Ball here, almost going to have to throw right before the opponent gets to the next move. I would have liked to see the Weather Ball get thrown as they get to that Sludge Bomb here, but double Weather Ball will be enough, and the opponent actually shields, trying to fight for Switch here as they want to maintain it, but I think they're just so core broken by Ice, and that you are going to see is a very common trope here in these Clodsire teams. They're very commonly broken by Ice. I think you could fully farm down this Clodsire, and the opponent, if they come back in with a Jumpluff, they are cooked. What's going to be in the back? Opponent has the Primeape, could have gone for the Psyshock. Patience, young Padawan. I'm gonna go for the ice type Weather Ball. It still does enough damage to nearly knock out. And a cross chop. We live with 1 HP. The opponent trying to go for the farm down, but the Ninetales has this entire opponent's team in absolute shambles. Alolan Sandslash comes in just to rub some salt in the opponent's wounds. That's gonna be a good game. Well played. You'll love to see it, man. Whiscash into Dunsparce, very good lead for the Whiscash here because it resists those rollouts and basically forces the opponent to go for these drill runs here. Now, the opponent throws right away, basically allowing nearly an entire Scald. At least that's what it looked like to me, but I'm going to be able to go for these Scalds here, but the opponent, oh, we give it back to him! Throwing on 3 is not ideal here. You want to be throwing on 1, 4, or 7 here if you are the Whiscash running that 2-turn move, and the reason for that is because, as you saw, they snuck an entire free rollout throw, whereas if we go for just one more Mud Shot, we would have been able to essentially negate that whole free rollout with just 1 turn of energy and damage, which is more efficient in general. So opponent's going to come in with a Primeape in there. It's a shiny Primeape nonetheless. Going for the Psyshock now into the super effective damage on the Primeape. It's not going to be enough for a Dazzling Gleaming. The opponent decides to let it go anyway. Again, with 2 shields up, I think Weather Ball is probably the way to go here. And don't take my, you know, being a little, I'm not trying to be super critical about it, but obviously, you know, as somebody who coaches for Pokemon Go PvP, I always try to provide the advice if someone is sending in their battles, just because I would want the same done for me, as long as they're not being, you know, a dick about it, right? So we don't do that, but the Scald's gonna knock out that Primeape and make it very sad, and in comes the Dunsparce. Now, can we get to the move? We gotta throw the energy, no! Throwing the Ice Punch would have been able to deny the opponent's energy. Drill Run will get that shield. In comes a Feraligatr. This is, I mean, this I don't know how good this looks or not. That's going to depend. I don't remember how much energy was on the Whiscash. We're going to have to see how much this does, and if they can hang on. No, the opponent's going to throw the move right away, but that means if this Whiscash has any residual energy at all, they're going to be able to get to the Mud Bomb, and they do have plenty of it as this Whiscash goes for this Mud Bomb. Can they get the farm down on the Dunsparce now before the Dunsparce can get to another charge move? Dunsparce coming back in, going for the charge move. No, they're not able to get it. Well played, good game. Timing is a very... It's one of those things where you really have to practice it, and sometimes, even though, like, I'm very bad at it when there's switches involved, that's just how I am. Did we just safe switch an Alolan Sandslash? Trainer in my house! No, okay. I'm gonna explain this. Thankfully it worked out in this case, but if you have a Pokemon like Alolan Sandslash with a double weakness and gets walled by things, never, and I mean never, safe switch it like this, because if the opponent had something in the back, let's say, for example, they had a fighter or a fire type or something that Alolan Sandslash could simply just get farmed down by, they're going to have a bad time. A very bad time. And you're basically just giving the opponent free energy and everything to do with whatever they like. So it's just a very risky play, and more often than not, it does not work out in your favor. So going for the Scald here, I would probably see the Mud Bomb do more damage because it is neutral, but the opponent decides to give their last shield, and in comes a... We're out at the Carbink, man! Oh! Whiscash is going to need to cook in this endgame. Oh my goodness, dude. This is just unfortunate. So... going for the Psy Shock here, I think it does individually do more damage than the Weather Ball would. It's pretty close to being the same. Can you get another Weather Ball? You could have gotten 2 Weather Balls in for the price of that Psy Shock, though. I think that Psy Shock should only be thrown like when it's super effective and guaranteed to hit. Going to go for the Moonblast. Opponent going for the attack drop, but they're not going to get it. The Victory Bell could certainly come back in and be a very large problem for this Whiscash. You gotta shield if it's a Moonblast, right? You gotta... oh, they have the wrong slide. No. Double Mud Bomb's gonna be enough, though. I don't think the opponent has anywhere near enough energy to get to a charge move here. They are gonna go down to the Mud Bomb. The Mud Bomb's gonna be enough to knock out the Carbink. And from the face of defeat, the jaws of being hard countered on paper, able to come back with that Whiscash and win the game. Good game. Well played. Next up here, we got Whiscash against the Dunsparce. You'll love to see it. Good lead here for the Whiscash daddy. Whiscash money, baby. Staying in, going for... okay, so Scald is 7. I forgot that it's not 6 anymore. So my earlier comments about the Scald, they may have been throwing on good timing, and I just am I'm a dope. So going for the Mud Bomb here, gonna hope to do some damage. I don't know if Scald is technically the better move to go for here, but the opponent looks to respect any potential Blizzard shenanigans that there may have been. So going for this Mud Bomb, and the opponent double shielding, and we're safe switching the Sand Slash! Trader, stop it! This is why. Okay, look, he gets off easy because it's a Mad Cargo and it's double weak to ground, and we love to hit buttons here.
Boom!
Bro, screenshots and everything like he meant to... oh! Bro, I am in shambles right now. This trainer... like when you tell people, like, this is what you should do, and you see somebody doing the exact opposite, and you just want to pull your hair out and tell them that they should do it the way that you normally would do it, but then they get it done and they win anyway? Yeah. Oh, bro. This is incredible. No knocks on Professor Broke. He's dominating right now. But, my goodness, like, the way that it's being done, it's... all respect, man. I love you, dude. All right, 2 shields up. Whiscash is just gonna rip through this Dunsparce opponent. Realistically, probably never needed the BM Rock Slide too. Goodness. That opponent realistically never needed to shield the Dunsparce. But I mean, I get wanting to do it. Is that a Steel Wing Mew? Look, I know these battles were sent in the first week of Great League, but I mean, this is like rank 15, 16 stuff you'd expect. You would expect certain things to be the way they should be. But Steel Wing Mew is a choice. Wild Charge, bro. I am in literal shambles right now. Opponent safe swaps into Swampert. I think that safe swapping Swampert is like maybe like water ground types may be the only pretty much the only exception to that don't ever safe swap it rule, because they really only have one weakness, and it's grass, and it depends on if you see grass in that meta, right? If the grass is non-existent or very, very rare, then you can get away with safe swapping, like, you know, Whiscash or Swampert or something. But like when the move set's very rigid and doesn't allow for much flexibility, like Gastrodon is a great example of this. You never want to safe swap a Gastrodon, because if the opponent has a flying type, you will literally just get farmed down and have a bad time. So that is just, oh my goodness, look at the Steel Wings go. Full farm down. Professor Broke holding on for dear life, getting that farm down. What's the opponent going to have in the back? Are they weak to ice? No, they've got a freaking Bastion. Oh, get this stupid wall face out of here, bro. And the sad thing is it's going to be able to make it to a flamethrower before this drill run. Oh, bro, please, please, no, get this Bastion out of here. No. I hate losing to this thing because it's so bad. Frickin' flamethrower, dude. Wait, no! Oh, he had it. Oh. Oh. Oh, I'm so sad. Redemption. We're looking for redemption in the next game. Opponent's got that Kanto Marowak on the lead. Whiscash looking for a Scald here, hoping to get it. The opponent's going to throw that charge move, hoping to do some damage before the Scald kicks in and maybe gets that debuff. Bone Club going to do a fair amount of damage. The opponent throws in a Gourgeist here with Razor Leaf, and in comes the Alolan Ninetales to make the opponent feel very sad about running Razor Leaf in the back. I hate Razor. You see, when a move gets nerfed, it means you should stop using it. Lantern, you should stop using it. Razor Leaf, Smackdown, Elevate, Degen fast move teams. Stop it. Stop it. You're hurting my soul trainers. I am being caused actual pain. Bone Club is going to knock out the Alolan Ninetales, but Whiscash has enough HP to maybe get a farm down here. A pretty fair amount of energy before throwing. Whiscash comes in. The opponent has the Miltank. We have the resistance, the ground type, to resist the Miltank's rollouts, but if it gets to that body slam, it'll be a bit scary here. Going for the Scald, the opponent going for an extra rollout here, trying to CMP on that third rollout, thinking they might be going for a body slam here. The opponent forced to throw their energy. They do have 5 rollouts, but the opponent goes for the Ice Beam. They don't have body slam. They are running the double nuke cow, and I respect it. Going for a Scald here, forcing the opponent's final shield, and you come in with the Sand Slash at this point and just start building up energy. But the rollouts, Professor Broke is trusting in his trusty fish. The opponent trying to make a swift move here to try and get something off. But Professor Broke says, nah, man. Nah, man. Going for the Thunder Punch, it would have been enough, but Drill Run will do it too. Opponent has no energy left in their Miltank. Gonna go down to the Drill Run here. That's gonna be a good game. These games are bad for my blood pressure, man. Really nice lead. Whiscash into Clodsire. You couldn't ask for a better lead. This whole team kind of beats it. Going for the Mud Bomb right away would have been the plan, but they went for one too many. You want to go for Mud Bomb right away because if the opponent wants to, they could have just gone for the Hydro before you even have a chance to get out. Now, thankfully, they didn't throw here, but one Hydro Cannon would do so much damage that you kind of have to respect this damage and go for these Mud Shots. Now, thankfully, the entire team does very well into the Clodsire, and the opponent gets both shields here out of this out of this Whiscash, which is a very, very harrowing situation now, as they're 2 shields up, and in comes an Ariados. Ariados is going to be able to get the Trailblaze, and it's, oh, you got to get the Mud Bomb, dude. Oh, what's going to happen? Trailblaze is going to knock out that poor Whiscash. You come in with the Sand Slash here. I would have probably liked to see the Ninetales come in here, honestly, because the opponent's going to have either Sludge Bomb or Stone Edge, which allows them to essentially just completely one-shot. But this is also going to be a good way to neutralize the energy of the Ariados, because Steel will wall pretty much its entire moveset here. Ice Punch is going to get shielded. The opponent going for another move, but the Ice Punch unsuccessful as it's shielded. Trailblaze, another Ice Punch coming through. Trailblaze leaving Alolan Sand Slash very, very low here. Ice Punch gonna get the final shield, looking to get some energy here, and the opponent swamped into the Clodsire. Can you get to the double Weather Ball in time? 2 Weather Balls is all you need. Hopefully the Clodsire is behind on energy, because if we can get to this Weather Ball, we are cooking. Going for one more Weather Ball. Come on. Oh, Ninetales makes it to the Weather Ball. Gonna force the energy off of the Clodsire, and if Alolan Sand Slash can get a far, no, it just goes down. That was enough damage to completely get a clean knockout, and I think that might force the Ariados to throw, and they may get farmed down by the Sand Slash here. Going for the Trailblaze, trying to get the farm, but I think they're locked in with too little too late. Going for another move, but they can't because it's too late. They Powder Snow's farm down. Good game. Gastronaut in the next game. Not exactly a great lead considering we have a Alolan Sand Slash in the back, but we'll make do with it. Opponent is going... No, you don't go for 6! Throwing on 6 is throwing on alignment. You want to go for 1, 4, again, 1, 4, 7. That prevents the opponent from getting a free Mud Slap through. And giving the opponent an entire free fast move is fairly detrimental, because even though it might be, you know, 1 here, 1 there, think of over the course of a whole game, you let 3 body slams through. This just looks unfortunate. You let 3 body slams through, right? Or three Mud Slaps through. That's nearly an entire body slam that you've given the opponent for free, if you think about it, right? So just generally speaking, if you can, you know, clean up or not clean up, but like master your, master's a strong word. I'm trying to find the right word. English is hard, man. If you can try and just improve your ability to throw on good timing more consistently, that's the way I should have gone about it. basically, by doing so, you will give yourself a lot more consistency in your gameplay and pull away a lot more wins than not. Because honestly, if you were to ask me what are the two biggest skills, maybe three biggest skills that get somebody from, you know, say veteran to expert or legend or even up to veteran itself, the answer for me in that is simply know your typing interactions, right? Know what does super effective, what doesn't. And then also, you're going to want to be able to kind of understand what the common move counts, charge move, you know, fast move to charge move counts are going to be. And then timing is going to be the other one. Timing of your charge moves when you're throwing fast moves is those three skills by themselves will propel almost any player into the elo range that, you know, it could be legend. Like, it genuinely is pretty much that close. The opponent makes a really savage catch on the Gardevoir with... Dude, Gastrodon is difficult for this team. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, man, that was tough. Well played, though. Tried the best. Obviously, in that game, you got a Charm Gardevoir in the back. I don't think it matters whether or not you throw on alignment. It doesn't matter at that point. But really nice lead the next game with a Unova Stunfisk. Opponent safe switches, a blast from the past. Medicham comes in. And because the opponent's not likely to shield this first move, I probably would have gone for the Scald for the attempted attack drop here, but you kind of have to stay in here as the opponent ends up having counter, which is very, very bad for the Alolan Sandslash. Now, Medicham hasn't been in the meta for a long time, and I'm not mad about that. It's been too long, but it's been long enough. Medicham can come back in the meta when Annihilate leaves. I didn't mind Medicham so much. It was obnoxiously good, but it wasn't as annoying as Annihilate is. You have something that's super frail, but like hits like a truck, and everything is a bait call with that thing. But anyway, my ramblings aside, we have a Unova Stunfisk back on the field, a Pancake holding the syrup, trying to go for that discharge. You want to go for Mud Bomb typically, unless you're going for raw damage. Discharge would do slightly more for more energy. Weather Ball here, going to do a ton of damage to the Pancake, having that ground typing. You're going to get farmed down at the opponent. Ooh, this is a good situation for the Whiscash to farm down here, though. Going to be able to come back in with this Whiscash. I don't know that you want to come in with the Alolan Sandslash because that Medicham is still in play. In comes the Greninja on the opponent's side. They had a Medicham Greninja in the back. Interesting team, extremely weak to grass in general, but we ride, right? Going for the Ice Punch bait here, hoping to get the shield off of this Greninja and land that Drill Run. Can you get to the Drill Run, though, or is they're going to farm down almost, but they decide to throw the energy. It's all up to Cash Daddy here. Can Whiscash Money pull this one in? Nope, not likely. However, depends. There's a shield in play still, and the opponent's Unova Stunfisk is extremely low. Maybe trying to make a catch and get farmed down. That might be the key to victory here for this Whiscash. Going for the Mud Bomb. Could get the farm down. Opponent can't get to a charge move. Can we get to the Mud Bomb? Let's go, buddy. Come on. In comes the Fisk. And we have the Scald loaded, and in comes the Medicham. We could have farmed that down too, but not taking that chance. Scald is going to knock out the Medicham. Very close game. Well played. Endgame here by Professor Broke. Well done. Into the next game we go. We got Whiscash and a Hakamo. I haven't seen a whole lot of those, but man, is that a gorgeous shiny. The opponent has Dragon Tail, doing heavy neutral damage here before going for what would normally be a Brick Break. Again, Professor Broke is unfortunately throwing on alignment and giving the opponent a full free Dragon Tail, but the opponent decides to throw an alignment right back and give it right back to him. So now we're back to neutral situations here. Going for that Brick Break. Low and Ninetales is going to come in here and try to make something happen. The opponent throwing a charge move, probably another Brick Break. I think that we could have afforded to probably switch immediately, as we have two really good answers to this in the back, but the opponent has the Steelix and they're on. It looks like Thunderfang. I think I'll have to see. It was tough to see. Weather Ball. Yep. No, it's Thunderfang. It's Thunderfang. So Steelix with Dragon Tail gets completely decimated by Alolan Ninetales. And Alolan Ninetales here is going to do really well regardless, because the opponent basically just goes for Psychic Fangs and nothing else, as all of the other energy here at this amount of HP would not be able to do enough. But in comes the Whiscash, I imagine. Whiscash is resisting the Thunderfangs and easily able to outpace here in this matchup. Whiscash is going to come in and probably go for this Mud Bomb. before the opponent can get to a move. This is good. Now, the opponent would have to give up their final shield in order to keep the Steelix alive, and they do. They do not like Whiscash Daddy. We're going to shield up here and look to go for another Mud Bomb. Hopefully, there's no catch shenanigans here. The opponent has an Alolan Sandslash of their own, but theirs is also on Powder Snow. You can live one move here. Does the opponent try to bait? Because this is going to be very unfortunate. They go straight for the bait. They full send it. No baits here. Going for that Drill Run. Can the Alolan Sandslash win CMP in this mirror? It's going to need to, because an Ice Punch is... Actually, Ice Punch is enough here. Opponent, get into the charge move. Drill Run is enough. Don't know what. We'll just have to find out together. Drill Run is not enough. We just saw it in the mirror. Why am I asking? Anyway. Ice Punch should be enough to knock out from this HP range, but the opponent has the Thunderfang Steelix, which they're going to come in with, and Whiscash needs to get to a move, but the opponent unable to get to a charge move here, or catch in time to get this Mud Bomb off onto the what's in the back, and Whiscash sitting through the lag, angrily hoping... Oh, there was nothing in the back. There was no catch. It was just Steelix. Never mind. Well, good game anyway. Well played. Angry Whiscash as the opponent force quits the app out of frustration because of the Steelix. Nice gameplay here. Really fun triple Shadow Team. You love to see it. I'm a fan of triple Shadow Teams myself, especially now that we've got things like Shadow Vivero and all kinds of new fun toys in the Great League now to play with. All of like 3 of them, right? But anyway, that's going to do it for me for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.